Hi everybody, this is Lake Uthaya and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see from the title of this video, this is going to be a video on how to get your wardrobe ready in a budget-friendly way. First of all, thank you for so much love on this series that I started recently. If you haven't watched it, I'll link it somewhere here so you can. And I was going through the comments and it said that I should also talk about the budget friendly ways you can get your wardrobe ready for your next pageant. So I said, you know what, that is something that I struggled with the most in the pageant. So I'm going to make this video so no one else has to. As usual, these are the chapters. Make sure you stay till the end of this video because after you go through the entire video is when the tips will make sense the most. So, given that I've been in the pageant space for a while, and for someone who also was in a 40-day long pageant, what I have understood is that less is more in a pageant for sure. Make sure there is a focal point that you focus on. Make sure you know what your best assets are, right? Is it your shoulders? Is it your chest? Is it your waist? Is it your legs? And dress accordingly. And how important styling is. By styling, I mean accessorizing. Your bags, your earrings, your necklaces, your bracelets, your rings play such a huge role in either making or breaking your outfit. And it's really an art that you learn over time. And most importantly, making sure that you wear your wardrobe doesn't wear you. Make sure that the outfits that you have don't overpower your personality and instead enhance it. So, going ahead, let me share a few mandatory things you absolutely will need in any pageant. The first one, starting with your smart casuals. Your smart casuals start with your bodycon dresses, which you have seen all the girls in every pageant wearing. Your bodycon dresses are dresses that should fit you really well. Make sure that you are buying them with different necklines. There is an interesting link that I've put in the description which talks about what are the different necklines and what are the different necklaces you should have for each neckline. So make sure you check that out. The bodycon dresses can also have different lengths. One can be above your knee, one can be below your knee, one can be really long. So in that way, one can have frills. It can be full sleeves, it can be netted sleeves, it can be puffed sleeves. So make sure no two bodycon dresses of yours look similar. So every time you're going through shopping apps, just keep like wish listing the ones you really like and are different and have beautiful colors. The second one would be jumpsuits. This also comes under smart casuals. Jumpsuits are important for a lot of sponsor visits where you need to look a little more official and more formal. The same rule that I said for bodycon in terms of necklines also applies for your jumpsuits. Then comes your cohort sets, which is also a part of smart casuals. Make sure you have cohort sets that do not have any prints on them, but at the same time are body hugging and look interesting. They also ask you to carry bodycon black dresses, preferably to minimum, with deep necklines or off shoulders because they usually use this for jewelry shoots. So make sure you don't have one with like halter neck or one with a lot of straps. Try to keep them as low as possible. We then have cocktail wear. I would suggest like 4 cocktail dresses. Cocktail dresses mean ones that have shimmer, ones that have sequins in them, and ones that have interesting necklines, patterns, cuts. You will be using these for a few sub contests where you have to look extra glam. You will be using these for parties that you'll be attending. You could be using these for any appearances that you have to make. So make sure you have a good amount of them. I did not carry enough of them and I had to borrow once from my roommate. So don't put yourself in that position. The second would be your cocktail gowns. Cocktail gowns are clothes that you will have to wear in your sashing event, probably again in one of your appearances, if you are practicing before you get your actual designer gowns for the finale. Try to not buy gowns which have a really long trail because it might just not be convenient even for you to pack and even for you to like wear around, because you're mostly not going to be wearing these cocktail gowns on the finale stage. Any stage appearances, most pageants tie up with designers, and so this will only be for other places where you will need a little walking and not someone who can carry your trail along. So try to make sure you keep it to your heel length. And then would be formal look. For this, you can opt for blazer dresses, and you can also opt for pantsuits. Apart from these, you should also be having your sportswear, you should have your tube tops, your shorts, denim shorts, and I mean all of these in colors, right? So in white, in black. Your shorts should be again in white, in black, and in the blue denim color that there is. Make sure you carry skinny jeans. Ideally, you will not find any place anywhere to be wearing your bootleg cut jeans, the ones that are in trend right now. So, skinny jeans, because you need to have fitted clothes at all times. You might also need to carry Indian wear, although in my time, I think I only wore Indian wear for my talent round, and that you are already intimated about. Like they tell you already if you're in the talent round. Indian wear can actually be used for a lot of sponsor shoots, because I remember even though we were shooting in May, we were shooting for stuff for Diwali for a watch brand that we had. So there were girls who had to pull out their Indian wear. So make sure you carry them. And also, if your pageant has a fashion sub contest where you have to show your personal style, I think that is where you can get stuff of your own. That's where you can get your prints if you're a print person. You can get your scarves, you can get accessories that you ideally would be too much for a pageant, because there you're just trying to show your personal style. Now, coming to accessories, these are the things that you should be carrying for yourself. The first one would be jewelry, anything that makes sense for the Western wear that I just spoke about previously, which means earrings. Make sure they're in the form of hoops, they're in the form of square, triangles, drop earrings, everything. Just make sure you have like all of it in gold and silver for sure. But also, if you have like rhinestones that match the color of your outfit, that would be great, because that will obviously stand out. Make sure you have your rings with you. Did I miss that? Make sure you have your rings with you. Make sure you have bracelets. Make sure you have belts. And for your Indian wear, you can carry Indian jewelry, which will complement it. Apart from that, your bags, so ones that have chains that have different colors, like silver chains and gold chains, that would really be preferred. Although most of the times you will not be carrying bags around, but it's always good to have them for any appearance or any events. Make sure you have your satchel bags, your clutches, always in two colors minimum. I'm saying you can obviously have them in many more patterns, but preferably a white, a black, a gold, a silver, and a beige. If you're liking the video till now, make sure you hit the like button and you also subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be coming up with a lot more tips, because I have so much knowledge to share. Where do you find these, right? So although I will put a few links in the description of certain apps or certain websites where you can go and not just buy them but also rent. There are a few designer wear outfits that you can rent in certain spaces, but I'll tell you majorly the apps that I use that actually suffice, because they have a ton of brands under one roof. Number one, your Myntra. You have to have an eye for it. I could have a fellow contestant who would have gone to Myntra and said, "Oh my god, their collection is terrible. I cannot use any of them," but I got clothes out of them, right? So you need to know the kind of keywords that you're putting, and you really need to have patience to keep scrolling, keep putting in certain details. And if you are used to online shopping, you will know how to filter things out. If you want to see the customer rating, right? If you want to see what is new first, if you want to check your delivery time, make sure you put all those filters and look through. Typing specific colors helps instead of just saying bodycon dresses, right? And getting overwhelmed by the collection that they have. Say dark blue bodycon dress, and then just go through. Slit dresses in black, and then just go through. So the more precise you make your search, the easier it will be for you to favorite something or even add something to your cart. Nykaa Fashion is one. Nykaa Fashion is a slightly more expensive, but the dresses are just that much better. Nykaa Fashion has a more precise collection, and it's easier for you to choose from them. Bannick is another one. I do remember ordering a ton of stuff from Bannick, but the only thing is that you need to be very sure. They have a very fancy looking collection and have a lot of cuts and stuff like that, which you think will look good. But if it reaches you really late, which it did for a lot of girls had to change their addresses to Bombay, because sometimes the shipping takes close to 30 days if you have not filtered it right. If you're just going with the outfit and not going with the time, that just doesn't make sense, because you're not going to get it on time. Yeah, so those cutouts, you need to make sure. If you are someone who's not very heavy chested, then maybe you can pull out a few cutouts that come right here, and if you're someone who needs to wear something that's supportive, then I would suggest to stay away from cutouts at the chest. Maybe you can have cutouts at the waist. Yeah, Urbanic is definitely something that you should explore, and you should get some outfits from them because they're pretty good. Another app that has recently launched is Newme Asia. It also has a ton of amazing outfits that you can buy from. None of these are sponsored, by the way. These are just apps that I have personally used and I have found them useful. Of course, there are a lot more online stores that you can go to, but that really depends on your research. You should be researching about this if you're trying to understand what your personal style is, because when you see different websites and you see people wearing them, it also helps you understand how you'd look in them rather than just watching one video and assuming this is it, right? I'm going to put a few pictures over here which will help you understand the kind of colors and the kind of silhouettes that you ideally should be going for. These are contestants from the recent pageants that happened, and you'll see certain things, right? Like if the neckline is to the top, then the dress is shorter, or if the neckline is long, the dress is longer. So you need to make sure you are balancing it out. You don't want something that's extremely revealing and just not looking classy enough. So you need to keep it in mind to keep it balanced. And another thing that you will notice that there are colors, right? You'll not see boring colors like a white and a black. You see really popping colors, and that's just the trend right now. Of course, I'm not saying to dress dopamine all the time, but try to make sure that you have various different colors of outfits rather than just sticking to the basics of black and white and pink. Some of these outfits that you can see are also customized, which means that material has been bought and it has been told to be stitched in a certain way. So if you have the time for it, if you don't want to buy off the rack and have yourself look similar to almost everyone else, you can do that as well. And finally, coming to a few tips that I personally would like to give, not just from my mistakes, but also from observing others. Make your shapewear your best friend. Try to wear shapewear as much as possible. If you don't have slits, which it shows, it just makes you look more neat. If you are someone with a straight body, make sure you have corsets that you wear inside and give you the hourglass figure that I'm talking about. My good side is my right side. So that is why I'm wearing an asymmetrical dress that has material on my left shoulder. So when I pose or when I have to take my hair, I take my hair to this side, right? So I still get to show my shoulder, I still get to show my face. So make sure any cuts that you're using, you know which side it's complementing at all times. When it comes to accessories, I would suggest not to splurge on them. Have them so that you obviously can accentuate your look, but I personally would suggest to learn how to do your hair and makeup, because in the end it's you that's talking. Everything else should become background noise when you are the focus. But for that, you have to practice to seamlessly do your hair and makeup, so that even if you just wore a bodycon dress and had nothing on you, you would still look stunning. Also, make sure the slit of your dress is preferably on the left side. I'm saying this because when we stand in a T, we mostly have our left leg in front. Another tip would be to take pictures in your outfit before you go into the pageant, because there are times that pageants get so busy and the schedules are so tight that you probably won't get to pose, look pretty, and put a picture up on Instagram. And if even if you did, it probably wouldn't have the best lighting, the best background, because trust me when I say this, we're running really tight on time during pageants. So a lot of contestants who know the outfits that they're getting and then do shoots in them every morning. Let's say it's day 25, you wake up and you post your picture which you'd already clicked before the pageant. So in that way, people don't just get to say, "Ooh, wow, lovely style," but you also get to be active on Instagram without having the constant tension of, "Oh my God, I have to take a picture in this dress." That sort of headache kind of goes away. All right, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. And honestly, this is the kind of video I wish that I had seen before I went to any pageant, because my styling has been really poor and has taken really, really long to develop. Although these tips will be helpful for your current pageant, I would suggest that exploring your personal style is very important. This, of course, cannot happen in a month or two. It takes a lot of trial and error, a lot of photo shoots to understand, okay, I think this is looking good, but is it looking good in pictures? What hairstyles suit me? What outfit, what cuts suit me? So make sure you keep exploring your personal style, and make sure you don't keep buying of wardrobe till the very end. I did this mistake because I personally wasn't a model, right? I didn't have to actually wear these kind of outfits anywhere outside. So I decided, you know what, once I get selected, then I'm going to buy them. And I did get selected, and I had so much pressure to like buy all these things. Also, apart from online shopping, I would suggest to go to stores and buy. which is why we tell you to start preparing for a pageant at least a year prior with all this information in hand so that you just collect it and keep it. You have to make this your personal style. It's very difficult if you are a girl who wears kurtis all the time. And then, of course, you'll not feel like buying these dresses, right? Because you're like, hey, it's not going to be of no use. So when the pageant comes, it's going to be like a ton of pressure on you. Yeah, so make sure you develop your style in such a way that a pageant just feels an extended part of your personality, which you're actually enjoying. And that is all that I had to say for this video. If you like this video, make sure you like it. Make sure you share it with your friends because I know a lot of people could use this information. And make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be coming up with a lot more videos like this. I will see you very soon in the next one. Bye bye.